Yeah,
Normal cup of tea.
You swear, this cup just blinked at you.
Well, who can say they know what a mimic tastes like? I'm gonna drink it.
So, everyone's here, correct?
Should be.
We don't have everyone in the Roll20 though.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I have to download the Roll20 app again. Nobody looks at my sheet but me. It's not that way.
Alright, I'm gonna look at your sheet.
No,
I don't think
no.
you can.
I mean, Jeremiah has full access to your sheet, so.
Jeremiah has it. Darn. Now he knows all my secrets.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Spoilers.
You act like you're good at keeping your secrets. Everyone's good. Mentions?
Yeah.
Okay, it messed up Joe's familiar, so I had to reset that. Alright, so
There we go.
I'm ready to start if everyone's here.
That sheet is not fully optimized for mobile. That's fine. I just need to see it. Please load everything in.
I think we might be ready.
Okay.
We're okay.
What?
We'll work with this.
I mean, Sam mostly remembers his character sheet from like 3 months ago, right?
Ironically, I do. So.
Do I need to give you, or do I need to give?
No, I got it. I've got it up here.
No, because he wants to keep his character sheet a secret.
I know the secret. You told me.
There's no secret, Jake.
Jacob, remember, there is no secrets.
There are no secrets. I am a perfectly open character that nobody has anything to say.
Oh yeah, certainly open.
I'm the nicest guy ever. What are you talking about?
I'm the nicest drug addict you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
I wasn't implying you were.
Drug addicts tend to be fairly nice. Sometimes.
I mean, you know, when you're offering them the drugs, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you're offering liquor and also, you know, making pancakes.
It depends on what drugs you're talking about. Why do I know this? College.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do a recap. This has been a little while. So,
We don't need to recap. Just throw us in. It's something about something wizard, something mimic, right?
pretty much.
something wizard, something mimic.
I'd just like to ask.
Figured out about a resistance, and now Joe's taking us to his basement.
Yeah.
Hobo Joe.
So, can we?
Hobo Joe, who is obviously not a hobo.
Is the recording started? Okay, just making sure. And is Austin joining us? Is he here? I don't know.
He can hear us, but he said he won't be.
Isaac has him gagged and bound in the corner, so he cannot speak.
Listen, don't give away all of my secrets all at once, if you don't mind.
Alright, sorry.
Yeah, especially not in the recording. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so let's do an official recap. So, last session, we started out in a tavern, Rack having just insulted one of the members of the bandit group that's taken over this town. That resulted in a bit of a brawl. Everyone in the tavern got involved, including the barkeep. Also, Joe showed up, I think, near the end of it. After beating up the bandits, the tavern keep showed you a secret room underneath the tavern, and introduced you to a small resistance formed to try and take the town back from the bandits that had taken it over. You learned a few things, as well. Or you learned things such as where the bandits' main sort of hideout is. You learned the general numbers of how many they have. You also learned that they have a large stockpile of gunpowder. And there was also Joe there. He was, he's being Joe, doing Joe things. And he has taken you to his house, presumably. It's a small shack near the edge of town. That appears to house exclusively a staircase down into the ground. And that is where we left off. Oh,
Yeah,
also,
there
there's also the stuff with, Joe revealing that he creates mimics.
He is a mimic breeder.
Yeah.
I forgot I also took a disguise from one of the dead bandits.
That's another thing. Yes, you did get that. Is
Forgot
that
to
in
add
your
that
character
in.
sheet?
Huh?
Is that in your character sheet as an item?
I forgot to add that in.
Okay, yeah, you should probably put that in there. It's probably like 1 bulk. Because it's not exactly... It's not, like, thick enough to be effective armor. It's, like, maybe has the effectiveness of, like, leather. But it's... Yeah. It's not light enough to be light bulk.
Can I just add it into my backpack then?
Yeah. Just want to make sure that doesn't put you... Okay, yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so... Let's start this up. So, Joe is at his little shack. He has begun to go down the stairs. He has a lantern that he lit the previous session, and is standing a few steps down, waiting on everyone else to join him.
All right, let's go follow him down.
It's
See
just
what
a hole in the ground.
I'm heading down.
thing.
All right. The steps spiral down for maybe something like 20 feet. It's difficult to tell exactly how far. It is a rough dirt hole, basically, with just a wooden spiral staircase in it. It's a little bit rickety. You can hear it squeak and kind of make... It's not exactly cracking sounds, but like the house, or like the sounds a house makes when it's settling. Like that, those kinds of sounds as you're going down. And eventually it comes down to the bottom, which is a slightly more open area with a door. Joe produces a key from his vest, opens the door, and walks inside. So, anyone looking inside the door, you see it is an extremely large room. It's difficult to see the end of it, partially due to the fact that it is very large, and partially due to the fact that it is full of stuff. Shelves, tables, everything covered and loaded to the brim with various different papers, books, objects of varying interest. And Joe just kind of is walking along through the crowded room, knowing the path to get to where he is going without stepping on stuff or knocking anything over. It is extremely cramped, and the likelihood that you will get through this without knocking something over seems to be pretty low.
Except for Rack, considering I'm smaller.
Yeah, Rack will probably be fine.
And honestly, Rack is kind of sort of in its element. Cramped spaces for larger people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to follow, but not like in the front or anything, and try to trace his steps carefully. Try not to
No,
spill anything.
I'm following close behind Joe as well.
All right.
Everyone's
like,
following
my
close behind
bearings
Joe.
on this
Everyone knocks everything over.
Cramped area. Got a Joe conga line going on.
Yeah, so anyone following Joe, give me an acrobatics check as you need
Oh
to
no.
squeeze through several areas and try to
Give it a dice.
knock things over.
16.
16? Alright.
Let's see here.
Acrobatics, you
I'm
said?
just very polite.
Acrobatics. Sorry.
I have
13.
squeeze if it matters.
What was that?
I
So
need
I
a.
have quick squeeze if it matters. I'm a small creature as well.
So, quick squeeze doesn't matter too much here because, Joe's
I didn't roll that.
only moving so
I
fast.
got you roll.
Whoa.
There's no way I rolled a 3 because they were +7. That's
Okay.
not right.
So the small people, you
18.
don't need to roll because it's big enough. The paths are big enough that you can fit through.
Oh, sweet.
I rolled an 18.
Roll something real quick. You rolled an 18?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I mean, it doesn't look like you rolled an 18.
Okay.
No, that's broken. No, I tried to do it from my phone and it didn't work. I have a +7 in acrobatics, so there's no way I rolled a 3.
Okay, so you're going through, presumably about halfway through the room. Joe actually bumps into one of the tables and knocks a few things over. Oh, whoop. So,
Does any of the stuff that got knocked over go skittering?
so it's difficult to see what exactly fell over because it's just the room is completely full of junk. But there's a few things. Actually, you knocked over a couple of bottles that hit the ground and sort of hiss and fizz. It's unclear exactly what was in there, unless you want to make some kind of check.
Perception.
I'd like to make a check on that.
All right,
I'll just,
give me a crafting if you want to
Crafting.
try to figure out what that is.
I'll just
Yeah,
try to
recall
ignore
knowledge
it.
crafting.
18.
19.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so but the 18 and the 19 succeed as you look over sort of. It's difficult to see, but from the little bit you can see, it is a green liquid that's eating through the floor, presumably an acid fly, as well as another bottle which appears to be oil of some kind. It's difficult to tell what exactly it is.
Very unsafe.
Have you ever heard of safety precautions, Joe?
No, safety precaution. No. It says, continues trudging along through the mire of collected things.
He probably got his house OSHA approved.
It's probably against OSHA. So this don't have OSHA.
Not a business, though.
Authorities.
What's this world's version of OSHA?
She says, what's this world's version of OSHA?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
No.
We're in cowboy
Safety
time.
precautions were invented far later. That hasn't happened yet. If
Yeah.
someone dies on the job, that's their fault.
It's like, oh yeah, my employer threw a bucket of ash on me, but that was my fault.
Yeah, I mean, human rights aren't exactly, all that common, I'll be honest.
I mean,
Well, or
I'm
other
kobold, so
things.
I can't be.
There's no racial rights or anything.
I had to sit in the back of the train. There's clearly not.
Yeah.
Equality is not
Let's
exactly
stage a whole event where you refuse to sit in the back of the train. You're going to sit up front.
We already had a drunk dwarf blowing holes on the side of the train. I don't think we need another thing going on. For that train.
I did get special treatment because I was apparently a
Slave.
A pet.
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 You were either a slave or a pet. I don't remember which one it was.
It was a pet. I said I was like, I was trying to get him to convince. I was like, do kobolds count as pets? So you are, as far as they know, if we go on the train again, you're a pet.
I think Austin just said yes. Yes, they are pets.
Perfect.
Angry
I have a DM's approval.
Angry kobold noises.
Yeah, so you follow Joe through the rest of the room. It's a bit of a winding path, as you know, basically just completely surrounded by these various knickknacks and such.
I see any interest in knickknacks.
If you want to look around the stuff that you're passing by, give me a perception.
Perception, alright. 14.
14. It is difficult to pick out. Well, actually, I guess I'll just wait for everyone to make their checks. See if
Yeah, no, I'm not paying any attention.
you're paying attention.
Well, I'm paying attention, just not enough to actually, recognize things that might be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll something real quick. Okay. So is Harvey looking at all, or
Not for any like thing in particular. Just kind of looking around at all of this like alchemical stuff, all these like papers.
Are you looking for anything that catches your eye?
And I'm just looking around, seeing what there is to see.
all right? You can give me a perception as well, then.
Yeah, sure. Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go with the people before. Well, let's just go up or go from lowest to highest.
I see everything.
I see the mimics.
So, Psychic, you
All
look
of them.
around, it is just a mountain of papers and bottles in weird, just random junk. This man obviously does not throw anything away, because most of this looks like junk. And on to... Oh, what's your name? I forgot.
On to Rack. Rack, you're not paying any attention.
Elias?
Yeah, Elias. So, what you rolled again?
He rolled a 14.
14? Okay, yeah, so looking around, it is difficult to pick out any particular things that...
Would a crafting roll, look for specific, crafting related?
Crafting would be more for identifying something that you found.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
The perception is
You
just
have to
to
see it
what
first.
Yeah.
But I see everything. I'm an elf. I have good eyes.
I don't
Then
know.
why did we get ambushed?
I was...
Yeah.
You know what happens when you're up for 3 days?
No, I don't, which is why I'm not
I
up for
was
3 days.
busy concentrating my eyes on something I was working on. I can't concentrate on multiple things at once. No brainer.
What did you watch?
And that is why we lost a companion that day.
They were fine. They were fine.
They were
fine,
dead.
it's
Definitely
a
not
little.
fine.
It's it's fine. They were just separated.
Sleep a little.
Split open.
They were
all that.
just sleeping.
They come back after
Forever.
1d10 days, right?
They were
That's
just
how it
sleeping
works,
forever.
right?
We just have to get to high enough level, and then we just revive them, right? It's no big deal.
I mean, one of you can figure out rituals, I guess, maybe, but until then, he's dead.
I mean, do we even
Yeah.
have a cleric at this point?
I
Well, it's
am.
yes, but you don't necessarily know rituals.
Yeah, resurrection is a difficult.
That's a pretty high level
I'm,
one, I'm
I'm
pretty
not
sure. So.
very
know it's
well
skills.
versed in.
It's based off of the level of the creature you're reviving, which is a fun mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Well, it's super easy.
We should move on to the crit perception. So, you're following Joe and looking around. You being an alchemist, having to remember a lot of a lot of different formulas and that kind of stuff. You easily compartmentalize all the information you're taking in. In particular, you notice a shelf in the back that appears to be stocked entirely with items that would appear magical. As well as nearby that, a shelf full of alchemical items. None of them seem particularly powerful, as far as you can tell, but they're there.
Joe, can I
They're,
go look at those?
Well, yeah, follow me, he says as he goes kind of the opposite direction. Presumably just going along his weird path to the back of
his
the room.
predetermined path.
Yeah.
His pathfinding is broken.
He's one of those NPCs that can't deviate from the path that's already there. We're gonna put a desk in his way, and he's not gonna be able to go around it.
He's just gonna start
we put,
walking
like,
into the
We just all need to surround him.
Yeah,
so
we
he starts
put
just
like 2
vibrating.
boxes down exactly in his path to where he has no, because of how cramped
He just pushes the
he
desk
just starts
along.
pushing.
If you stop Joe from getting to where he's trying to go, he'll just teleport.
Yeah, he just bumps into the object for like 3 minutes and then just
He just clips through you.
Counter spell his teleport.
He just clips through you.
Yeah. Anyway, so anyone who's continuing to follow him, you see that this goes on for a little while longer, but eventually he does end up at the end of the room, the same end that has the 2 shelves that look interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
these shelves, they look very interesting.
well, they're interesting because of what they have on them. So once you reach the end of the room, you see that there's almost a bit of a study area. It's got a desk. Once again, it's covered in things, ranging from papers. It looks like there might be a couple of spell scrolls, alchemical items, alchemical tools, and a couple of other random knickknacks. There's a few chairs sit around a small table. It appears to have a pot of tea on it, which is steaming, despite the fact that Joe wasn't here previously. So it looks as if there's a pot of tea that is already made.
Yeah, Sean's going to ask.
Yes,
where
tea
do you-
balls.
This
Where
guy
do you
scares
even
me.
find all
Joe
this
scares
stuff?
me.
Well, random, I find them all over the place. I go on a lot of different adventures, explorations. Anything I find, I take it back here.
I see.
Right from the bandit.
I've made a
He
lot.
bought it from the bandit sitting here. He's the leader of the bandit secretly. This is all stuff he just gathered from the bandits over the
Yeah, it
years.
just comes out and turns out there's a bandit that warmed up the tea. He's like, "Oh, hey, boss, what's up? You got some guests? Here's some tea."
Yeah, so he goes and sits down at the desk.
We're near the shelf and stuff now.
Yeah, so if you want, you can look at that.
Oh, I'm absolutely looking at that stuff.
Can I also look at it?
I'm looking at the alchemical stuff
I'll look
first.
at the magical stuff first, I guess, if he's looking at time.
So let's start with Harvey.
Rocket's gonna look up at Joe and he says, "I like the place you got here.
Oh, I was going to
Nice and cozy."
Did you say that too?
Reich says that to Joe.
Well, thank you, little one. Yes, quite the collection, if I do say so myself.
I get enough a magical coffee pot. I need another dome. I need an army of coffee pots. Keep my coffee. Until you
I mean,
can.
an automatic waffle maker.
That's what.
What's on-
Yes.
So, what's on the the alchemical item shelf?
Okay, so there's a lot of things on here. It looks like most of these are alchemical items that are sort of past expiration. They've lost their potency. But looking around, you find a small collection of things that are still potent and useful. I'm going to send you a bunch of links that are what are in. Actually, I'll just send you I'll send you the names of the items, and you can look them up. So it'll be a little bit easier.
Okay.
Oh, yay!
I'm wanting to look at the magical items.
You're saying these are what are in the room currently?
So this is looking at the. Why is that all caps? Whatever. This is what's. This is what's on the shelf.
Do you recognize any of it? See, not gonna take any of it. Mostly. Probably. It's not like I have proficiency in thievery. Mostly.
Yeah, me neither, definitely.
Yeah, no, me neither. Either.
It's not
Definitely.
like every character.
Oh, everybody's eyeing the alchemist.
Yeah, you're trying to look at my stuff!
What you got over there?
Rack has no idea what any of this stuff is.
You're just gonna take it and drink it.
It seems like a good idea.
No, do drink it. Drink it all at the same time. It's great.
Jeremiah, are you posting this for all of us, or was it for?
I'm just posting it for Harvey because he's the one that went there.
Oh,
went
you
to
Are
went
you
that.
there.
making any checks for the magic items or?
Yeah. So for that, I'm going to have you give me a Arcana check just to see if you can identify these at all.
Got crafting. Oh, okay.
No, unless you have Crafter's Appraisal, it's going to be based off of the magical or the school of the item as opposed to the. Or the
Zero!
I think I'm a little lost. Are you saying this is in the same room as all of us, or?
Yeah, so it's one big room with a bunch of junk in it. You're at the back of the room, and there's a couple of shelves that are stocked with interesting-looking items.
I rolled a 19.
And that's what
Are you
It's
Imagine
10.
as well.
a 19? Okay.
Minus 10.
Mm.
He rolled a 9.
Oh.
Why did you 10?
You see this
I
cool
want to use
set
my
of
hero
armor?
point.
So-
Actually, yes, I'm using my hero point.
Oh, here. Oh, yeah, I forgot you had those.
Yeah, we had those.
That's better. That's a 23.
23. Okay. Psychic, is that also to identify the magical items?
Yeah,
It is.
that's to identify the magical items.
And
Okay.
we haven't regenerated our hero points since last we used them, have we?
You
Yeah,
can
we-
generate
They're
them
based
at
on the
the
start of
beginning.
sessions. And like,
Oh, sweet.
each
Okay.
Yeah,
session
you reset to 1 at the beginning of the session.
Mhm. In every hour of play, you'll get another one generally. So,
Right now, am I too busy like looking at the alchemical items, or can I move on to the magical items as well?
this
Well,
is going to be happening at the same time.
Okay.
I'm going to let them do their stuff first, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you can do it. Okay, so let's start with Zygic, because that's a little bit low. You see this cool set of armor. It's like sparkling and stuff. It looks to be in very well kept condition. It is a set of full plate armor.
Whoa!
Presumably, it's something magic because it's on the magic shelf. Although
I
it's
feel like
difficult
it's
to
just
say.
a magic
Albo
shelf.
is loaded.
Yeah, dang. Got sparkly armor.
Sparkly armor is the best. It doesn't have to be those powerful ones. That's all that matters.
Gotta have glitter glue on your plate armor.
I prefer grim and dark, though.
If my enemy goes blind looking at me, that's just an advantage for me.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
think that's against the Geneva Convention.
if you're
That
a
wasn't
rogue,
invented yet.
if you're a rogue, it's the best thing ever because you get an advantage if they can't see
We don't
you.
have, we don't have a Geneva Convention, so that's all good.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to.
We don't have rights.
There's no rights here. There is no such thing as a war crime. I could poison an entire city and it's not a war crime.
Please don't.
It's not a war crime, but it's still a crime.
Yeah.
Nobody nobody's alive to prove that I did it, it's not a crime.
I'm
Yeah,
not in the
poisoning us
wrong
too.
if there are no witnesses.
No witnesses, I can't prove it.
Let's move
Okay,
on.
next item.
Yeah, let's move on to Elias and what he sees. So, you rolled, what was it, 20 something?
23.
23. Okay, so you look on the shelf. You see that amongst the magic items, there are quite a few mundane items. Usually things of decently high value, including the armor. It is unfortunately not magical. It is just a very nice set of armor. Now, in terms of, actually magical items here, you spot a few things. I'm just gonna send you links to this stuff.
Awesome.
Rack is gonna notice everyone just like crowding over at this shelf, and he's gonna try and pop over and see what everyone's looking at.
Yeah, I'll try to say something to Hobo Jack after they're finished looking at that stuff.
Hobo Joe, not Hobo
Sorry,
Jack.
I'm-
Jack isn't the one.
We're ignoring him at this point. We're just looking at his stuff.
Yeah, he's just.
I'm
sitting
sure
at
he's
his
not paying
phone.
any attention anyway.
He's waiting for someone to accept his side mission.
Ooh, I like that one. So, let me see.
Wait, did you send him the links, but I had to look everything up myself?
Yes, because I'm special.
I did. Sorry, it's just there are more. There's a lot more alchemical items.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, there's like 3 magical items here
Huh.
that have been noticed.
Ooh, yeah, I'll take the,
Is it a good idea to take it yet?
I'm
I
going
mean, you
to...
should ask first.
Yeah, you should definitely ask first.
So, am I
Don't-
looking
don't
at
ask
that?
Hey Joe, what are these things?
Hey, Joe, are we allowed to take any? Are we allowed to use any of this? Can we, please?
Joe looks up. He appeared to be looking at some papers. It seems he already has a cup of tea, despite the fact that he never actually, went and picked one up. It just kind of looks over it, squints a little bit. You can take whatever you want.
Alright, I'm gonna
Yeah,
grab...
are you sick?
All right, I'm grabbing the full plate armor.
Yeah, at the sign of that, Sean might look around.
I'm grabbing all the things you told me about, and I'll keep everything you told me about. I'm gonna divvy it out to people in a bit. I might trade you for something.
Yeah, if Sean wants to find something like useful, should I roll a perception?
Yes. Go ahead, roll a perception.
15.
I'm gonna take some of the stuff off of the alchemical thing after hearing about that.
Okay. As everyone dashes around to steal all of Joe's stuff.
I imagine everyone's just rushing to the magical item thing, and I'm like, ooh, look at this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's
Sean's
over
probably
there
checking
like
out the
listening to
magical
that.
items because she uses magic.
And then there's Zygat.
But you just see Elias while everybody's around it, just like quickly grab like 4 or 5 items. Yeah, he just quickly grabs like 5 items, 5 or 6 items, puts it in his bag, and like, I'll show them to you later.
Right?
And then walks off.
And then Rack's just over here like, what is everyone doing?
I was just browsing.
When I look at the armor, does it? I noticed that. Is it Rack who's looking at the armor?
Zygek found the armor first.
Okay, alright. Does that
Does
guy
anyone use heavy armor? Thinking about it.
I don't think so.
Zygat doesn't
Doesn't
want
make
the armor, plus
And-
Rack already grabbed it.
Rack has done nothing with the armor.
Alright. So
Rack
like,
has done nothing actually with the armor because I heard,
Is it
grab
something
anything
I
you want
could-
and just
is it something that I can modify to fit Rack?
Rack can't use it at the moment.
You can't what?
There's honestly no way Rack would be able to use this thing.
Why?
Because there's no way without spending a general feat after getting Protector Ascendancy or Archetype to get heavy armor proficiency. I'm a summoner.
What's the downside of not having proficiency in?
You do
You
not
do
add
have
your
your proficiency
proficiency bonus. Yeah.
Which at
So
high
it's
levels is
effectively
kind of
No, it's,
mandatory.
it's particularly bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
And none of us meet the strength thing either, so
Yeah.
I
Minus
might-
the move speed.
I might later.
yeah.
I mean, I have a 14 strength now. What does
Let
it
me
need?
go to the helmet
Needs
to put the
18.
It needs what?
18.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna meet that in a while. I'm gonna need to be at least level 10 to get to that.
Yeah.
I could just wear the helmet.
Do I find anything with the 15 on perception?
Okay,
Anything
so
that stands out?
what are
to
you
my
looking for in particular?
Basically, anything. I guess if he's got magical stuff, then I'll look for anything divine sort of stuff that I could use.
Okay, so you look around. Although you notice there is a suspicious lack of anything of a divine nature. It is mostly more arcane or perhaps something more esoteric as occultism. Not very much in terms of primal or divine attuned items.
Yeah.
So there's not really anything for you, unfortunately.
Alright.
It's just there might be a few knickknacks, maybe like a talisman or something. That could
Is there? Do I see a cowboy hat? I want a cowboy hat. If he has
Cowboy
one.
hat.
Well, this is not where you would keep them. But
I'm gonna ask him.
Imagine going to a magic shop and asking, "Do you have a cowboy hat?"
I have a magical cowboy
Magical
hat.
cowboy
It's
hat.
for me.
Joe, you don't have any hats, do you?
he sits back slightly, seems to be deep in thought. Puts his pipe in his mouth. Yes, I do. Over in that corner, he says as he points towards the far corner. So he's kind of in like.
Yeah.
If
I'm gonna
you're
go over
facing
there and
the direction of the door,
Yeah.
like back left, it's in like front right corner to where he points.
Alright. I'm gonna go take a look at it.
Okay, give me a society check to try and make your way through here. Or, no, survival. I meant survival. Survival.
Oh, like a society
right
check.
there.
Wow. We live in a society.
This
We
guy
live
lives
in
in
a
a
society.
society.
15.
Are you homeless? No,
15?
what do you live in? A society.
You get lost. You're just in the middle of the
How am I lost? I can see it.
well, the maze of random knickknacks, papers, and shelves. It's difficult to find your way around. The paths are all.
Acrobatics, get over there.
Say what?
Is there a way I can rock acrobatics to get over there?
Um,
I'm just a light elf.
How-
I can quickly go
how
over.
much do you weigh? These are not sturdy shelves.
I don't weigh much because I only have leather armor. I don't really have anything on me.
Okay, how much do elves weigh?
6 volts.
So, Rack is still at this shelf of magic and mundane items. What are the mundane items?
Mundane items, mostly just things of a reasonable value. It's things such as perhaps a few gems, some maybe precious metals.
Is there a sharp
Different
pointy
little
stick?
trinkets. There's a sharp, pointy stick. You say?
You want me to look up how much an elf weighs?
Nah, I have a decent idea of it now, and I'll get back to you once we're done with Rack.
Alright.
So,
Where is Trader Joe or Hobo Joe?
Trader Joe's.
Oh, it's Trader
Trader
Joe.
Joe, yeah,
This is Trader
his new name.
Trader Joe now. There we go.
He's got all this stuff.
He's upgraded from hobo to Trader Joe.
Yeah,
There we
he
go.
revealed that he had a bunch of stuff, and now he's Trader Joe.
Basically.
Well, he's not trading. He's giving.
Giver Joe.
He's
Every
charity
item
Joe
we-
now.
What if-
Charity
he
Joe.
might need something in return. Like, what if we take an item and we have to give him a little kiss on the cheek?
Give him an item, and he takes one of your fingers. No.
a little more.
Oh no!
He needs stuff for his rituals. He needs flesh for his rituals.
He's hungry.
Why do you need all these fingers? Don't ask. I'm doing the finger ritual. The finger ritual.
I mean, Elden Ring told me to try fingers. So
He's just gonna summon a hand.
Yeah.
he's actually just working on summoning a giant crawling hand.
There you go.
Anyway, what was Rack looking for?
Particularly sharp, pointy sticks.
Like small ones or
Like
Big
actually
ones?
here, preferably. Because, he needs a melee item.
let's see.
And did you say there's
Or if-
gems on the shelf?
Yeah.
Can I swipe 2 of them and slip 1 to Rack?
Wow.
Oh, give me a thievery. Or
Alright,
actually, that would be stealth, I think, technically.
it's what?
That might be stealth,
Sleight of
actually,
hand.
which is...
If you pick
There
up
is
the-
not a sleight of hand. I
Oh,
don't
wait,
think.
thievery is the sleight of hand stuff because it's palm and object.
If
yeah,
it's
yeah,
common
common.
objects, then yeah, that would be... It's just, I thought that hiding objects from someone...
Yeah,
is
concealing objects
stealth.
on your person is stealth, but trying to discreetly take an object is thievery.
Okay. Yeah, so, go ahead, give me the thievery roll. Okay, yeah, give me just a
Yeah,
second.
totally not changing thievery.
That's people's lucky number today.
There's been a lot of 23s, yeah. Okay, yeah, so Joe does not seem to notice. As you pull
Taking his
a couple of gems off the shelf.
I feel like with Joe, a nat 1 still would have been a success.
Well, here's the thing. It's hard to know if Joe didn't notice or if he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you get a small ruby and a slightly larger emerald.
Yeah, can I just say the stuff I take off of the alchemical shelf?
I slipped
If
the
you-
ruby to Rack, by the way.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, also, there's not really any sort of weapons on this shelf.
Yeah.
I just mentioned. And what were you doing, Harvey?
I was just wondering if I could say what I want to take off of the shelf.
Right, go ahead.
I want to take the giant centipede venom, the comprehension elixir,
All right.
the eagle eye elixir,
Was that a small ruby or a large ruby?
the dark vision elixir, and the sun rod.
Okay, yeah, you can add those to your inventory.
What size was that?
Maybe the
that
snake
ruby?
oil too.
Snake oil is really
The-
fun. You should take it.
The ruby was
I was,
pretty small.
I was thinking snake. You know, yeah, I'll take snake oil too.
Okay. Yeah, so
Ooh. Does he have any nice looking alcohol around here?
there's actually a shelf behind him, like behind his desk, that has a few bottles. None of them are labeled, but they look to be something similar to wine bottles.
Alright, I'll just ask him. Do you have any nice brews here?
It looks at you, points at the. I've got some tea right there.
Anything alcoholic?
Oh yeah, he turns behind him, points at the shelf. He actually gets up and pulls
Alcohol?
down a bottle. It presents
Based
it
off
to
what
you.
I'm hearing from this guy, this is going to be like
I have no idea what this is.
Okay, I'll take it and say thank you. I'll try to give it a little look over.
Okay, there is no label. It is a completely opaque bottle. It's a nice red color. The bottle is. It's corked. It looks to be at least something like 40 years old.
Alright, that's a good time, but just to be a little safe, I'll ask Harvey, can you identify this in any way? Like if it's
I can try.
I can identify it if you want me to.
Yeah, can I go ahead and see if I can
yeah.
figure out what this is?
Give me Either a crafting or a society, your choice.
Both are the same, so I'll just go with crafting.
Okay.
Wow. 20.
What's your bonus, just out of curiosity?
My bonus is +7.
Okay. Yeah, so, you give the bottle a look over. You have absolutely no idea what this is.
Alright.
Here, I'll check it out for you.
I just hand it back to Sean and I don't drink this.
Alright. If you still don't know, Sean's like, huh, whatever, I'm willing to give it a chance.
We don't.
She'll drink from it.
Okay, as you pop off the cork, the aroma fills your nostrils. It is a pungent brew, whatever it is.
I go and start reaching for the antidote on the shelf.
All right.
I'll give it a sip at first before, like, chugging it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me a fortitude save.
Alright. Fortitude is
Just be too bad, but
alright, 22. Okay.
okay. Yeah, so it burns your throat as it goes down. It is almost entirely flavorless.
It's pure alcohol.
You can tell it's alcohol, definitely.
It's pure alcohol.
It's moonshine.
Are you rubbing alcohol?
You're rubbing alcohol? Yeah, you hear her just kind of take a drink and she's like, that's smart. I can feel that. She takes another one. She keeps on drinking it.
Okay, yeah. Give me another fortitude save. The TC for this one's going to be higher.
Oh no.
Okay.
9.
That is a critical fail. You are.
He's dead!
Okay, let me grab the.
I'm gonna be needing to leave shortly.
Alright.
Okay. There's actually something I would like to do with Rack before we.
Before this person suddenly falls over dead.
I can do a couple of minutes, but I can't do much more.
Okay, so we're going to do a little thing, and for the sake of time, I would ask that no one interrupts this.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Rack, you're looking around this room as you hear the voice of your Eidolon behind you.
With the ruby in pocket, by the way.
Yeah. So you look behind you to see that you're no longer in Joe's little area. You're in a very dark place. There's a small fire lit in front of a massive dragon. But would know to be your Eidolon. So it looks at you and says, I have something for you.
What do you want?
As it in one giant clawed hand presents what looks to be a tooth attached to a string.
Is this yours?
Yes.
How do you even you don't have a what? You
Yes.
just kind of sort of gently take.
It opens its mouth and shows that part of its tooth is cracked off.
You don't have a what is this even?
The talisman. Should we ever need it, I can take a more powerful form.
Question. How is this even physical?
There are many things you do not understand.
Yes.
It all will be explained in time. Says as you're suddenly.
He shrugs his. At that point, he
into-
shrugs. Yeah, at that point, he shrugs his shoulders and takes the talisman.
Yeah,
He understands
soon as
that there
you
are
grab
many
it,
things that he doesn't know.
Yeah, as soon as you grab it, you're suddenly pulled back into Joe's room, looking at the shelf again, watching everyone loot everything. Yeah, so I'm going to send you an item that you now have in your inventory. So I'll just preface this by saying you're supposed to get this if you ever go down. I was not expecting this to happen as
So soon?
as it did. Let me see if where is it?
Kinda
Oh,
funny.
where did it go?
So, your stupendously good luck with bandits has caused my own downfall.
Hmm.
So, would this ruby be considered no bulk or light bulk?
It's negligible bulk. Yeah, so here's the item.
Oh, cool. I have to invest it first, though.
Yeah, it does a lot of stuff. Don't feel the need to figure out all this stuff right now. If you need to go, then go ahead.
I'm gonna pin that so I don't lose that later. Oh yeah, pin it. Yeah, I have to be moving. Like, all right. Rack is just kind of sort of like a daisical at this point, and he it's a talisman, so it's on a string. Is it already like a necklace kind of sort of thing? Or
Yeah, so it's like the tip of a dragon fang with a bit of leather wrapped around it and attached to it. That's used as like a necklace.
Yeah. So if anyone is paying any attention, Rack suddenly has a new like dragon fang necklace on him.
Mhm.
But yeah, bye guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Alright, I'm gonna roll something real quick. What's everybody's perceptions?
Mine, I think, would be a +3.
+7.
Okay, yeah. Nobody notices Rex new drip.
Oh. Man, I was gonna steal
Oh,
it.
yeah. What? Another thing is, for like the alchemical stuff, I assume it's all lesser, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's lesser.
Okay.
And anything
Okay.
we spent here is going to be lesser. Not necessarily because that's what he would have, but just simply because I don't want you having like
No, give him one random
a
thing
greater.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
was-
That's fair.
I was considering giving you like a greater alchemist fire, but I
That's
figured
not a good
probably-
idea right now.
Yeah, probably not the best idea.
No, totally. Give it to him. It'd be great. Burn the place down.
Hey,
Yeah,
you can probably have
sometimes-
like a moderate something. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that I've accidentally given out something really high level to one of like a person in my party as a GM, and I'm like, you know what? They could actually just kill this boss because I accidentally gave them a level 15 poison, and I'm like, oops.
Yeah, there was just like that one time that you stole high level poison from the vendor and you used it to kill the leader of the land. Anyway, that's a story for another time. As we're still looting Joe's place.
Yeah.
Elias,
You know,
it's Elias alive now. Can he kind of assess the situation?
Say it again.
To that hat.
Oh, for the hat. So you were wanting to like roll in acrobatics, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so describe to me how you are using acrobatics to.
So can you describe the path towards it?
You don't know the path towards it. It is a.
What's in my way between it and me in a straight line?
Say that again.
In a straight line.
In a straight line, you're in like the middle of the room. So like, as the crow flies, it is not too far. But based on your previous experience with the paths in this room, it could very well go through the entirety of the rest of the room before you get to that one spot.
Yeah. But what? Is there like a bunch of shelves, right?
Yes, there's shelves, tables, things stacked nearly to the ceiling.
Nearly to the ceiling.
Yes, theoretically, if you were to get up there, as much destruction as it would cause to your surroundings, you could see pretty much everything in the room.
Is there a way to crawl on a ceiling?
Do you have like a climb speed or something? Do you have
I
any-
have climbing tools.
I mean, if you wanted to climb like on top of a shelf or something, you could do that, but it'll be difficult to climb directly.
I can't take little knives and stab it.
I don't think
Upside down.
You know what? You can try if you really want to. You can try to climb in the ceiling. I'm not going to stop you.
But you said it's stacked over. Is there a way like I can like kind of like flip over it or like jump over it?
It comes up to about like 8-9 feet in most spots. So if you can jump really high, then you could catch a glimpse. Or if you were to climb on top, you could see, get a better.
Is there a way I could climb on top without causing any damage?
That will come down to your check, because it should not be too difficult to get up there. The difficulty is finding footing that doesn't disturb any of the stuff that's on the shelf itself.
Yeah, can I use crafting or something to kind of figure that out? What would be a good check to kind of like look for a good path before I can make it a little bit easier?
Plan out the path. I'm not sure about that. It probably wouldn't be crafting, as that is more...
Maybe a perception?
Perception? Yeah, that could work.
Alright. Perception. Make a perception roll.
Alright.
22.
22. Okay, yeah, so on a nearby shelf, you see there is... It's a little bit less stuffed. There's a couple of footholds that you think you could reasonably get up without disturbing anything.
Alright. Acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, so give me an acrobatics check.
I go up at a way where I'm not disturbing anything and doing it.
Okay, so I will warn you that the DC for this will be pretty high. As much as you've already thought about, the best way to go about it, the best way does not necessarily mean it's easy.
Well, this is going on. Can I go finally talk to Joe about what's going on?
Let's wait until Elias makes the acrobatics check. Or he does whatever he's going to do.
Question.
We'll move back.
Question. I have a thing for this.
Okay.
So let me see. Here is it. Where is it? So my first feat that I have on my thing. Let me send you thing. Da, 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 da. All right. Would that help at all?
Oh, time traveler. Not likely, because of the specific application of it. It is very limited in what it does. Now, if you want to do something like, say, use that for the climbing itself, and then have an extra action, say for the purposes of like catching something if it falls, that could potentially help if it comes to that situation.
Yeah, I will.
I don't know.
I have. How many actions would it take to catch something? Because I have total 3 actions.
Probably if it's just like you knock something off, it would just be like reaction or action to try and catch it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Alright, I'll take it slow so I have time to action or reaction. So I'm gonna try.
Okay. If you wanted to, you could also do this with athletics, but
Alright. My acrobatics is a 24.
Say 24. All right. Yeah. So you deftly move up the shelf, being sure to put your feet where there is not, stack of papers or various alchemical apparatus or other magical item. and you make it up to the top of the shelf, and on top of a stack of papers that sits atop the shelf.
All right.
And
Now I
look
want to
around the
start.
room. It seems
Now I
bigger
wanna-
than it was before.
Bigger?
Yes.
Can I start carefully jumping towards the corner?
Okay, so we'll get back to that, but let's go to Harvey, because he's been waiting for a little while.
And so I'm gonna go up to Joe and actually talk to him.
All right. He doesn't acknowledge you until you say something to him, pretty much.
Why is it exactly we're here again?
Get supplies?
Oh yeah, that's right. So how exactly are you going to find the supplies in this?
Oh, don't worry. I'll bring them up to you. Right now, you just seem like you are having too much fun getting through all my stuff.
Does you see me on the climbing up?
How is Sean doing after the critical failure, by the way?
Oh, right. I forgot to
There you
do
go,
that.
dead.
Yeah, you are flat-footed. You have a +1 item bonus to saving throws versus fear effects. So you're feeling a little woozy.
Alright.
And I'm gonna add
Good.
a stupefied 1 on top of that
Alright.
because this is a
Come on,
wacky
drink more.
concoction.
Drink more.
Well, I'm drinking
Delicious.
as much as I can.
You're stupefied. You don't know it's bad for you.
Oh, no, alcohol's great for you.
Yeah, drink more. Drink the whole
Alcohol
bottle.
is like the wine of the soul. It makes no sense, but she says it like it makes sense.
Wine be the wine of the soul.
Yeah.
Oh,
Drink more.
Anyways, Joe.
Joe, upon hearing wine, Joe has moved back to his shelf of alcohol and has pulled down another bottle. This one seems a little bit less.
Suspicious.
Yeah, this one has a label, or at least it did at some point. It is entirely unreadable, but there is something on there.
Nice.
The bottle is not opaque. You can see the liquid sloshing around inside. This one looks significantly younger than the one that Sean has.
Less aged.
Less aged. Yeah, that works better.
What's he doing with that bottle?
term.
He just set it down on the desk because he heard wine and thought he needed to
Alright.
get some out.
Drink both bottles at once.
Once you
No, one at a time. You've got to savor it.
get the supplies, you said you grow mimics, you breed them, correct?
Oh yeah, no. It says he pulls out a small object from his desk. It looks like a bottle full of green liquid. However, on closer inspection, well, actually, give me crafting real quick. This shouldn't be too hard.
I can infer it's a mimic from how he brought that out when he said it.
You can infer it's a mimic, but yeah. So, with your knowledge of alchemical items, you know that the liquid inside this bottle is acting as if it were something like a alchemist fire, rather than something that would be green. You can see it sort of like fizzing a little bit in the manner that an alchemist fire would, as well as the general shape of the bottle being similar to that which you would expect an alchemist fire to be in. And Joe pulls it over. It almost sort of ripples in his hand. It's not quite an exact science. This one's colorblind. So he flips it over and it sort of melts onto the desk, turning into a small, sort of purplish creature. It looks kind of like a slime, but it has a small mouth full of sharp teeth and a single yellow eye. It's a lot of color.
I didn't know they could mimic liquids.
Oh yeah, no. They can mimic anything. You can even mimic a pipe. He says as he pulls out his pipe, and it begins to morph into a similar creature.
I mean, we already saw the pipe one.
Yeah.
but it's still nonetheless impressive.
Yeah, Sean,
Wait,
pretty
does
drunk,
that-
just kind of looks at it stupefied, like just doesn't really say anything, just kind of speechless.
Wait, is smoking considered abuse? Doesn't that hurt it?
Oh, it's got tough skin. This one's special. This is my familiar.
Oh, it's your familiar.
Yes, yeah. It says, as it turns back into a pipe, it puts it back in his mouth.
What do you intend to do with these mimics?
Not much. Just research. Originally, I needed them for a project I was working on, but the ship has sailed.
What was the project?
Oh, well, I had a friend who was in a horrible disease. I thought maybe the transmutational properties of mimics could help in some way. I wasn't quick enough. He passed on, but the mimics stayed. Quite fascinating creatures, you know.
Indeed. I'm sorry about your friend.
It was years ago. Things happen, you know? Especially when you're old like me, you've seen a lot. Anyway, would you like some tea?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Alright, yeah. He gestures behind you to where a cup of tea has already been prepared, sitting on the small table with the chairs around it.
What you don't know is you're actually consuming a mimic.
The cup and the liquid itself are both mimics.
As you finish the drink, the cup melts. It goes into
The fact that I just figured out that they could mimic liquids as well, I'm gonna actually see if I can figure it out.
Okay, I guess give me a perception if you want to try and figure that out.
You did say that he just suddenly appeared.
So you said perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're inspecting the cup itself. Okay, yeah,
Normal cup of tea!
you swear this cup just blinked at you.
Well, who can say they know what a mimic tastes like? I'm gonna drink it.
Okay, yeah. You drink the tea. It's a very nice blend. You recognize it as a South Kilmoy blend. You don't know how you know that, but you do.
They can mimic flavors as well.
What are your names?
What?
Is this not a mimic?
Are you drinking a mimic?
Not the tea, you know. No, the plate that the cup is on is. So that's the chairs and the table, but not the tea.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you see that? You see the chairs and the table just sort of like bob a little bit, go down, back up.
A rocking chair.
I'm sitting on a mimic, or?
If you're sitting down in one of the chairs, yeah.
I immediately just shoot up and I'm like, wow! They're everywhere in here!
The literal incarnation of you're already dead.
Are they normally these items specifically, or is it like almost like a game of hide and seek for you every time you enter this house?
They like to play pranks on me sometimes. Every now and then they'll take the place of my bed and throw me around.
Do you have any way to differentiate them? Are they named?
It's difficult to tell. They all can look whatever they look like whatever they want to, so it's hard to know if
Except that one. That one's good.
distinguishing marks or one or the other. Usually I tell them apart by personality.
Personality?
Oh yes, they're quite fun little creatures. They're quite intelligent as well.
How intelligent would you say they are?
Give me just a second.
Enough to kill me.
Well, enough to formulate plans, I assume.
Well, about as smart as the average person. Maybe a little bit less so when they're small, but, you know, so is a child.
Just kind of, like, after hearing that, Harvey just kind of crouches down to the mimicky sounds, like, I'm sorry for sitting on you.
It just kind of, like, wobbles a little bit.
I'm going to sit on you again.
I got sidetracked. So, supplies. We were here for supplies.
Oh, yes. A different room. I just needed to grab some things from this area. It says, as actually, one of the shelves, like, a bit of it sort of stretches out and hands him a stack of papers.
Oh no.
Stack.
Oh, thank you. It says he gets up from his desk, he grabs a cup of tea, and heads back into the maze.
As I am currently climbing on top of that maze.
Speaking of which, let's go back to Elias. So, you're on top of the shelf. The impossibly large room, or at one end of the impossibly large room, you see a small stack of hats.
Oh, is there a cowboy hat there?
Oh, there's all sorts of hats. You don't see one yet, but you also don't see that entire corner. Most of it is blocked off.
How do I get over there?
There seems to be a easy enough path to it, just walking on the different shelves. If you want to, it's not going to be too difficult, but you will need to do some balancing.
Alright.
So that will be another acrobatics check.
That's another 24.
24, okay. You definitely stride across the tops of the shelves.
Barely looking down.
Yeah. And you make it across with no issue. And you see, in the corner of the room, a vast collection of hats. It's similar size to the area that you were in before with the different magical items that Joe's study area was. It is just shelves full of hats stacked on top of each other.
Alright, I'm looking for a
Pretty much
cowboy
every
hat.
style. Yeah, pretty much every style you could.
Is there clothing in here as well?
Not in this area.
Man, I need to get a full cowboy outfit. I have the clothes of it. I just don't have the hat yet. So, do I find a cowboy hat?
Oh yeah. So basically, any hat you could be looking for, you can find it here.
All right. Is there a magical cowboy hat?
Give me a perception.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
A 10.
Let me just check something real quick.
I'm back. I thought.
I want to give you something just like a first level effect, yeah.
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 Okay.
Do you want me to roll perception or can?
It's perception, because anything that is magical, you'd be able to tell that it is through perception. If you want to figure out what it is, however, that will be based off of a check.
Sure.
That is, in accordance to its magical tradition. Okay, so you see one that has just ever so slight glow about it. Looking at the edges of it, it seems that it has. It's almost as if it has a small aura of light.
And can I figure out what it is?
That will be. Let's say this would actually be a religion check. So this
Religion.
yes. So this is actually something divine. Ironically enough,
Alright.
you won.
Yeah, if you
Divine
call out
magic,
to Sean, then she can try something. But otherwise, she's not paying attention. She's drinking.
14.
14. You have some difficulty determining what exactly the effects of this item are. It is certainly magical. There's no doubt about that. It's just what exactly it does is hard to tell.
Who should I call over, you said? Sean! Hey, Sean!
What do you need?
Could you come over here for a sec?
Sure. And gets up, just kind of hobbles on over.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
Survival. Okay, I have a -1 to that, by the way.
Yeah, because she's still stupefied. Okay, yeah, that's good enough though. As you find yourself easily making your way through the maze.
I drive better when I walk.
So
The only exception to the drunk driving rule is Sean.
Yeah.
yeah, Sean
What
drives
got me
better
to the
when
battlefield.
he's drunk.
It's just being drunk is the only way to go.
But yeah, so you find your way over to where Elias is. You see giant area full of hats. And Elias is holding one that appears to be glowing with a somewhat defined energy.
What do you need?
I would like to use this, but I don't particularly want to put it on this. I know what it is.
You want me to take a look at the hat?
Yes, please.
Alright, so should I do a religion then?
Yeah.
Alright. 21 again.
Okay. Yeah, so you look over the hat and you see that this hat has an enchantment on it. Presumably and you know that this enchantment is made to cheat death to an extent. I'm going to send you a link to its effects.
I think
What?
Here you go. So, the only difference is that it is not a mask, it is a hat.
Alright. Take a look at this. Oh yeah, these, if you wanna keep on living, these things are nice.
So what does it do? Keeps me
I
alive?
can explain it in non-meta details, in which could I send this to him?
Yeah, you can just... You know exactly what it does.
You're just relaying the information, basically.
You're just
Yeah,
sending it.
relaying the information.
So should I put it in campaign chat?
You can put it in campaign chat if you want, yeah.
Alright.
So,
Okay.
there's...
Use the hat.
I got it right here.
Yeah, there's a tweak to it. It is a hat, and it actually has... It has a design on the front of it. So we know it's a... The style of it is, like cowboy hat, right? So on the front of it, it has a depiction of a wolf, sort of embroidered into the front.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Wait, a wolf?
Oh, nice. What does it say? What did you say something about a wolf? What?
Oh, whoa.
What did it say?
Oh, God.
Jeremiah?
Yeah. What?
You said a wolf, right?
Yeah.
It looks like a wolf. What?
Oh, whoa.
Well,
I may be just reaching, but I think I might be piecing things together.
can I put the hat on?
It's just a hat. You want it? Here.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, is everybody else there as well?
No, I'm just over there, like, just trying to talk to the mimics.
Fair enough.
So it's like just kind of awkwardly waiting. Where it's like, so what are you up to?
And then make noises.
Yes, so they seem to understand you, but they do not seem to be able to respond. As most of the time, they just kind of shake a little bit, or like distort slightly. In
Yes or no
response to what you're
question,
saying.
like yes, bite me, no. Don't
Yeah,
bite me.
shake for yes, distort for no.
Yes, it
They
shakes.
put letters on them so they can just speak by writing things on themselves.
If they know how to write, then that's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah.
Like
Somehow it's a
paper.
Morse code
If they did it to paper, they could literally be.
If they can mimic, they can definitely mimic games.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Now I'm just thinking of a self-writing like diary that you just describe what you want to say to it, and I think
That's called a therapist.
this is just a lot cheaper therapist. Oh man, I feel so bad for you. Anyways, that's 10 gold. What? Yeah, I'll pay for this.
Best
So what's
therapist
going
is
on? So
alcohol.
what's going on with everyone?
Thank you, man. I haven't been able to talk to anybody about this forever. Yeah, that'd be 15 gold. What?
Yeah, after checking out the hat, she's gonna go sit back down and finish up her alcohol.
No, I'm actually gonna.
the other end.
No, I'm actually gonna ask one of the mimics if they can actually write on themselves. If can you understand? Do you understand how to read and write, kind of thing?
You see things. So let's say the one that you're talking to is a chair, or maybe like a table or something. You see on one of the flat surfaces, things start to form. It almost forms close to a letter, but it kind of shifts and scrunches up as another letter starts to form. It seems this one does not have quite enough control over its form to create something so detailed.
So close.
Without practice.
You're slow. You're so close. Good job. Good job.
He shakes a little bit.
What happens to me after this? I'm worried now.
I'm gonna ask.
Are you all guys all together? That's immediate bad news for me.
How much longer do we want to go with this?
We have
I think however you all.
30 minutes.
In 30 minutes, you say?
Yep.
Okay. I'm good to go for the rest of that if everybody else is.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to get into a combat or anything because, we don't have Kyle.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten supplies yet.
That's
I
true.
doubt we're gonna get into I doubt we're gonna get into a combat from now. Unless as soon as he hands it, 5 bandits come from the roof or something.
Alright, yeah. So if we want to, we can move on to getting the supplies because Joe is actually in the maze right now trying to get to where they are.
Alright.
Just throughout all this, I'm just seeing what they're capable of. Just praising them when they do good. Basically, just babysitting these things.
Harvey's just gonna stay here and become the mimic keeper. Take up Joe's mantle for whenever he dies. Become Joe's apprentice.
I'm gonna become the Momic.
The
Moment.
The mark.
Yeah, I guess that works.
The mark.
Yeah. Anyway,
Monarch. The mark. The monarch.
are you saying something?
No, nothing important.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So let's just move to to where Joe is. I'm assuming most people are going with him.
Yeah.
Or over by the hats. So if he's over by the hats, then yeah, in the hat.
Yeah. Well, he actually passes by the hats to get to where he's going.
Well, I'm still just hanging
Well,
out
after I
with
put
the
the
hats.
hats, if nothing happens, I'm following. But
All
by
right.
the way, does anything happen when I put the hat on? No.
No, nothing really happened when you put it on.
Is
You
it
would know that
noon?
it needs to be invested for it to be used.
Is it noon?
Is it what?
Is it high noon?
Is it high noon?
No. It's like
It's high noon
it's
somewhere.
like evening right now. I think the place where it would be high noon in this world is like the middle of the ocean. Currently.
Hey, that's fine with me. It's still high noon somewhere.
Shoot the fish. Anyway, let's go to So any of you who are following Joe at this point, you come to another door. This one's different from the one you came in from. Although it is placed in a fairly close spot. If there's just, the path to get there is a little bit difficult as it goes all around the room. So, heading inside, it is in stark contrast to the cluttered mess that is the storage and study room. It is a neat little kitchen attached to a bedroom. You see that there's almost nothing in here. It's just simple tools required for cooking, as well as what appears to be a sink and a window. Despite the fact that you're underground, it displays, or it shows a nice golden field full of wheat.
I think that's a mimic. I'm doing a 3D illusion or something. That's neat.
Yeah. So yeah. Joe goes and opens up a cabinet and begins pulling out some foodstuffs from there. Goes into a closet next to his bed and begins pulling out supplies that are like weapons and such, the kinds of things you would need if you were to go adventuring.
Nice.
So anybody can choose basically a weapon of their choice if they want, as well as any light armor. He has a large stockpile of such things.
Yo,
Yo.
Yo,
What is it?
I should mention he doesn't have anything that is uncommon. Or
alright. I can take a chain shirt because I'll probably put that on later.
Hey guys,
I don't
no
need
work.
a weapon.
It's funny you showed up
Because
just when we
there's
mentioned weapons.
It's light armor.
It's light armor? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not actually able to do a whole lot. I'll be listening mostly. I'll see if I can actually speak.
So you
And
get your so Joe is giving you supplies. You get your choice of any weapon that is not uncommon, and any tier of light armor, or any light armor if you want.
any tier of light.
Anything common?
Yeah, anything that does not have uncommon as a weapon.
Can I take the hand wraps of Mighty Blow?
That's a magical item. It's
But it's a common
mundane,
magic item.
mundane weapon.
It's not even a weapon.
It is! I mean, it's a weapon. You punch
That's
the
a weapon that you
Yeah,
can
why
use.
do you consider weapons?
Yeah.
That's like shoes.
Damn, I didn't even want it.
It's not like shoes, it's like the aglets on your shoes. It's like if you got magical aglets. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm doing something with my hands, so I'll try and be as active as possible. Plus, I have no assistance.
So, are we looking at weapons? Just weapons right now?
Yeah. So you get your choice of any weapon that is not uncommon.
And not magic.
Also, I don't know if Zygag wants anything here. I'd assume not, since you're, a monk. But
Maybe
yeah,
small reps.
Already have my knuckle clusters.
also, everybody gets 2 weeks worth of rations. As
Yay!
he took out.
No, the stiletto pin is uncommon.
Am I actually able to choose weapons since I didn't follow along?
You're not there, so you don't get to choose one. He's just going to pick one out for you.
Awesome.
Is there a... Not that I really need it. Yes! Is there an exquisite sword cane?
I think that's
So long as it's not uncommon, yes.
I want the exquisite sword cane.
All right.
The question is, does it come with the sheath, or is that two separate weapons?
The cane is the sheath.
It does have it does have both.
You find an old sword sheath in there. Not even the cane itself.
It's fair. Would be done with it, wouldn't I? Yeah. It's amazing. I'm a cowboy with a cane, and nobody's gonna tell me so stupid. I'm pimped by session 7.
Naturally, as per normal.
I have a leopard print coat by the end of this. Most.
Yeah, Rack would probably just be getting a monster. Which, Jeremiah, the reason why I kept on thinking my companion had reached just because the monster reached.
He cut out a lot.
I was getting them. Yeah, doing things and other things.
Thanks with it. Sword cane being right. It's a Marshall.
Actually, Sam would go after the sword cane.
Yeah, I'm probably never going to use it, but just to have the cane. Just to have the cane. I'm just imagining this super cowboy looking guy with a cane. Just like, what?
Little do you know it's a stabby cane.
You get the injector umbrella.
Injector umbrella?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
I'm
are
not
you
actually, I'm
getting
not
one?
serious.
Right
Okay.
there.
I love the injector umbrella, but I don't know if that's necessarily something you need.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Everything.
But yeah, for you guys to know, Rack would probably just get his long spear back. He likes the spear. He likes the poke stick.
Okay, yeah.
Especially since you can't use actual other pole arms yet.
Yeah, you can look into the closet, and there's a nice little spear. Strangely enough, one that seems to be sized perfectly for you.
Are
I
they
mean, if it's not perfectly sized, you could just cut some off of
Oh
it.
man,
It's
it's a
looking
dark
very
I want it long.
What was Sean saying?
just kind of questioning whether these are mimics as well again.
Oh no, don't worry about that. They usually stay out of this room.
Aye.
looking at mine very carefully.
Like,
I
hey
guess give
mimic,
me a
can you
percep.
change from chain suit to play armor really? have an enemy put on the armor
because that means it doesn't
and
always
get
have
really
to be
slow.
like
That's just stupid.
Rack isn't too particularly perturbed. I
Yeah,
mean,
Sean's still drunk.
small
She's
things
not like,
come
oh
up
no,
with
it could be a mimic. She's like, wow, cool. I might put this on later when I have proficiency.
Is mine a mimic? Can I roll?
Go
my
ahead,
God.
give me a perception.
Just
Give
like
me a
give your
perception.
weapon a kiss, and if it wiggles, then it's like
That's a 15.
15.
Give
Yeah,
your weapon
you give it a nice tap. It has the consistency and texture of wood. It does not seem like it is a mimic.
Because there's like what?
You know, he's in his backpack.
What's this count? 30 feet to 41 seconds.
Backpack. Actually, I really don't need a weapon. He picks it up. He's like, "Okay, this would be great." There's that. Doesn't really fit my aesthetics. He puts it back. You hate it, then you don't use it.
I mean, you know,
Need the cane.
it's fine. I mean, Joe's not going to use it, so it's probably fine.
Alright, then I'll take it anyway.
Yeah.
It's valuable.
But at the very least, it's valuable.
So, is that everybody taking everything that they want? Or is there anything
Yeah.
else?
Quick cut like this, just
That sounds like a wonderful concoction.
All right.
Or they just
you could also do like this so it comes out. The back hits them, pull it back, grab the sword.
All right. Well, if everybody's gotten stuff, you see, Joe goes and grabs a set of studded leather armor and a whip.
a what? A whip.
A whip. A whip.
Yeah, you got it.
Defend yourselves!
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright, I thought you looted everything.
So, after grabbing these items, Joe walks up the party. So, all right, you can head out. I'll find you a place to stay. It's getting late
Alright.
after all. Yes, and he goes back towards the study area.
I'm just walking around with my cane.
Wait, the mimics are in the study area, right?
Yeah, that's where you are. So after a few minutes, Joe shows up. You see he's carrying a couple of things. Sets them down near you. Says, "You might need these."
By the way, does anyone in particular notice the fact that Bragg is now wearing a tooth pendant?
No, none of us
No.
noticed.
I rolled perceptions for people and nobody noticed.
Okay, just double checking.
So
And plus, for a kobold with a dragon face ring that he summons into the fight again. Nobody's gonna question me.
he brought studded leather armor.
Yes, studded leather armor and a whip.
And I'll quit.
Where's the whip for?
I guess for me.
Oh, I guess you are someone who can be Indiana Jones.
Oh, is this for me? Is this for me?
Yes. You're going to be dealing with bandits, right?
Whips them into shape.
Yes, we are. Okay, I forgot. I'm gonna guess a whip doesn't count as a simple weapon, right?
Oh,
Marshall.
is it a martial? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I
It's got a lot of cool traits on it, though.
It
And I
does have a lot
don't
of
think I'm proficient with martial weapons.
Not yet, you're not.
Either way, it might come in handy. He says, and then he actually pulls out a dagger from presumably his pocket. It's hard to tell exactly where he produces it from, but
Sleight of hand in it.
produces one
He produced
and
it.
hands it to
He
you.
produced it from his pocket then.
Well, thank you.
Sure, but
You know, he produced the mimic that access obviously.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I should hope it won't have to come down to this, but if it does,
I prefer to stay away.
doesn't hurt to be too prepared.
Indeed.
Just starts fighting like
All right, those of your friends have gone up. I'm going to find a place for them to stay. You feel free to join them, or if you really want to, you can sleep here.
Yeah, I need a rest, wherever's convenient.
Yeah, this is still in the study area, and you presumably didn't follow him, and maybe you did when you're drunk. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably just blindly following this dude.
Well, there you are.
After I grabbed the armor, then just like followed him. If I didn't put it on or anything.
Fair enough.
It's too bad she didn't share it during the game.
Honestly, Harvey wants to see more of these mimics do their mimicky thing. So he's probably going to ask if he can stay there.
You're gonna
for the
wake
night.
up and there's gonna be another face of you.
Fair
Full
enough.
body face of you in the corner.
I'm going to need to find a place for the rest of your friends to stay. You can't all stay in here. Perhaps somewhere in the tavern. Maybe in the little pub.
I can stay on the shelf.
Joe, thank you for your hospitality.
Ah, of course. After all, it's what I can do for this town's heroes.
What do you say again?
You said it's the least you could do for this town's heroes.
Ah,
And then
I heard town zero.
promoted and said heroes.
Yeah, so I guess if you're gonna stay there, Joe's gonna move back to everyone else and leave you to your leave you to the mimics. Do whatever. You're doing whatever it is that you want to do there.
You're gonna start doing experiments. Experiments. And then now that you're understand.
Your health will be an excellent sacrifice for the ritual.
This is enough souls for the ritual.
Now, I know that there's like some jokes about it, but I feel like there's not actually that much questioning of Joe. Like
Yeah.
why exactly he's doing what he is.
Hey, I have no.
I rolled to see if like he actually was malicious in what he wanted to do before, and
Yeah,
he seemed pretty obvious.
Can I? Is there anything I can roll on like just the overall situation with him? Like
I
piecing
guess
stuff
like a
together?
sense motive. If you
Sense
wanna try
motive?
that.
That's a perception, right?
Yeah, it's a perception check.
Yeah, can we all just do it or something? Anybody that wants to?
I mean,
I'm gonna do this.
if you want to, with everything that's going on, because this is kind of the point where I would imagine a lot of people
22?
questioning. 22. Yeah, this seems entirely genuine. He just wants to help out.
No, I'm probably too caught up with
Um,
the amazingness of these mimics.
yeah,
I'm
this
just not.
man's trying to poison you, Psychic.
Oh my gosh.
Trust him implicitly.
Wait, say that again?
So, Psychic, Joe's trying to poison you.
Good to know.
Yeah, so just for future reference.
You know,
Go ahead and die for us. It's for the cause. So I got for the cause. You can go ahead and die now.
Yeah, the cause of my wine.
He wants Zygek's hands because Zygek has the best hands.
By the way, are you gonna drink more? Drink more. Please drink more.
More. They're looking at probably already out, just looking at the second bottle, just like I'll take it with me, but not now.
You know, pressuring a girl to drink a lot of alcohol can be seen as creepy.
No, I just want to see somebody drink a lot because it's funny. That's why.
I mean, that's why we had a hole blown in the side of the train. You know?
Exactly. It's hilarious.
Wait,
You almost killed
if
it.
that's in
I'm
character,
watching
then she's
people
like,
drink a
wait,
lot
a
as
hole
long as
blown
it's
in
not
the side
me.
of the train.
I love seeing people get hurt by drunkards as long as it's not me.
Wait a moment. That's a bit malicious.
Wait, Dick.
I did not say that out loud. In character, that's just my personal thoughts on it.
I'm so drunk, I'm hearing people out of character.
No.
I'm hearing
You're
voices and
hearing
they're
a
talking
I
about
drank the funny
violence.
juice and now I hear the voices in the sky.
I hear the gods speaking to me. What's going on?
They're talking about hats.
I didn't even have fireball.
They're talking about how much they want Zygak to die. Why?
So,
Why not? That off.
is anybody else making checks for, or like sense
Nah.
motive checks?
No,
Sean,
Nah, I'm probably too into the mimicky stuff to care. I'm just trusting him implicitly.
yeah.
practice doesn't care.
All right. Yeah. So,
What is his
that's
full
the
name?
case.
Oh.
What was that?
What's his full name?
Hobo Joe. That's his first
How-
name is Hobo and his last name is
Are
His
you
his
asking
full
him?
name is Bubble Charity Joe.
Joe? Is this Joe?
It's Joel.
I mean, how do you haven't asked him? How do you know how would
He's
you know
like,
what his full name is?
Joe, what's your? Do you have a last name or anything? Or anything that anybody calls you?
Are you asking him that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he just kind of hums and haws for a little bit, and then eventually just says Gersh.
Gersh.
Joe.
It's Joe Gersh.
Jokers.
No one.
Joke.
Or at least if there was, I didn't see them.
Dice.
Oh, that's not it.
You need it for a second.
I just have to say something.
Hey, Jeremiah, did you see?
But it's
What?
beginning of spring break. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because that was a lot of people Friday. Sunday was kind of slow, but it was pretty signal. Which means we're not gonna have to worry about something. We don't have to worry about tomorrow. Yes, we'll see. Well, I guess we'll see. Make sure the case is nice stuffed up. If you don't find anything else to do, just find something to do. Sorry, guys. You want to
And talking about something.
Was it your?
Sorry, I'm on voice activation. I have to speak a little loud to get it to hear everything.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
I have my phone in my pocket.
Well, currently, you were talking to Joe about his name. Although he has come up to find you a place to sleep, as it is evening at this point.
Anyways, when we get there, he just goes. Well, as he's going around, he's like, "Thank you very much, Joe. It's been a huge help."
Of course. Anyway, we ought to find you some place to sleep. After all, you can't all sleep.
Right decides to walk up to Joe.
Thank you, thank you.
Right decides to walk up to Joe.
What?
He looks up at Joe. Yeah, but thanks.
You say that again?
That's all right. Do you have any waffles?
Have any what?
Yes.
They have a huge kitchen.
Marbles. Let me go find some, he says as he walks back into the maze. A couple minutes later, emerging with a large, like, burlap sack. Well, relatively large. It's like...
Sorry, I didn't say normal. I said people just
Like,
it's just the voice that I'm using for act, not meant for this.
I couldn't tell what you said again, sorry.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, sorry. It's just the quality is not great.
Yeah.
I'm struggling a little bit.
It might be the mic is on the right hand side, and let's try to use my microphone in the biscuits. And hear me now.
I'm not sure if there's really that much of a difference, but I can try and listen real close.
Yeah, I don't really think much anyway. Go on. Guys. Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kids. Can you hear me better now?
a little bit.
Yeah, it's trying to use my phone microphone, which is currently in the so you right there. Let's see. So why is it quiet?
What was it that you were asking for?
I was asking for waffles.
Waffles?
Waffles.
Marbles, wasn't it?
I can't tell. Sorry.
Here's live. Just going on what we're doing.
Still can't tell what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, you might have to type it in chat.
Are we at the end of the session now?
If we need to be, then we can be.
Yeah,
I'll need to get going.
and I am currently having to leave this.
Gotcha.
Well, if we got people leaving, then we can end here.
Alright.
Yeah,
It's a good place. We're going to find a place to stay. It's a good place.
Yeah,
and,
we sort of got through preparations.
Can we get
Yeah.
minute close?
What?
Can we turn to close?
Close.
Like, could we have like a full like the mimics like covering our stuff and it's just like
Mimic clothes?
That would be awesome.
You would need to have a lot of them because they're not likely to be able to
No,
it's
make
not
an
impossible.
individual piece.
Good.
Big mimic.
The shoes. You just hear. That's your fucking rip.
Yeah, just have like a chest plate, like some pants, and then like shoulder guards and stuff. They'd all be individual mimics.
Dad is like, no, you killed my favorite mimic. You're not hurt. No, I'm not. Just in the
Stab and the
face.
mimic can just absorb the blow.
Let's see. There hasn't been that much in terms of like skill checks, or there's definitely no combat. There's a little bit about mimics. Let's see. How much XP does everybody have?
290.
290.
Yeah.
Let's give everybody like 80 XP.
Nice.
So,
Just for discoveries and all that, finding a bunch of magic items
Yeah.
and alchemical items, I suppose. Technically, it was only 4 magic items, maybe 5. I don't remember.
Somewhere in there. We got the hat.
Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna forget what items you have, so just pop them out whenever you feel like it. And oh wait, I forgot to give you the rat.
No, what?
Huh? That
There's
sounds
a-
important.
Okay.
I already have the rat.
Oh, you did? Never mind. Okay, I thought I forgot to give it to you, but yeah, the
The
pyrite
funny
rat.
little rat
I love,
statuette or
The
something.
pyrite rat? Yeah, I have the rat.
pyrite rat. I love that thing.
I
Can it
love
keep
them.
turning it into it, or is it one time?
You can keep
I
going.
don't know. I think it.
I don't know what's happening.
It's
have-
a very
Oh,
beautiful thing.
If it's destroyed while it's the statue, it can't be.
Yeah.
It can't do anything. But if it's yeah,
Yes.
Otherwise, it's good.
if it's killed in rat form, it turns back into the statue. So.
Yeah. So I was looking
Oh.
at items to
Oh, that's such a good
play one time, and I
idea.
remember stumbling across that, and I'm like, this thing is amazing. I
Need
love
it
it.
for
Just summon
Ratatouille,
Ratatouille,
father.
brother.
Summon Ratatouille, my favorite spell.